Peace, everybody. Welcome back. Today, I wanted to make a quick video on replacing the brake lines on a 1994 Toyota pickup Xtra cab two-wheel drive. I'm not sure how much that will matter for the brake lines, but what I wanted to share with you is how I changed the two brake lines that run from the front passenger tire to the rear LSPV valve, and there was nothing wrong with my LSPV valve, so I just changed the brake lines. And the reason that I'm making this video is because I didn't see anybody going through this. I did read some threads about the spot that I had the leak in being a notorious spot. Over time, a bunch of dirt and gunk collects there, and rubble or gravel. It ends up eating and rusting out the line in a specific area that's sort of tucked away above the fuel tank, and that's where the lines run. So I just wanted to show you. This is a diagram that you can actually. This is what I did. I followed the top valve right there, and it took me up to the front here, and the valve, the bottom. Those are the two that run to the front here. One of them goes to the elbow, and one of them goes to, well, they're both, elbow connections, but one of them goes to a T connection. So I just noted from the LSPV, the top line goes to the L, and the bottom line goes to the T. So back over here, the top line right there goes to the L, and the bottom line goes to the T. All right, and that's about as straightforward as I can make it in the diagram. I'm going to go to the truck and show you what I can show you and clip these together, these videos together. Again, from the LSPV valve, it goes above and kind of like to the side of your fuel tank, and then it follows the frame rail. And along the frame rail, there are, I think it's 10 millimeters, or it's either 10s or 12s, but there's like 2 or 3 of those that hold a clip that sort of just retains the brake lines. And then there's also a fuel line that runs along the frame rail as well, that runs back to your fuel tank, and up to the front over here. That line is bigger in diameter than the brake lines, so you shouldn't have any issues or confusion. Again, this is the diagram, so study this if you want, but I already took the notes for you, and clip that, write this down for yourself, and then you have it. Next, we're going to go out and I'll show you the best I can these lines. I'm not going to get too crazy in detail. You basically just have to get a flare nut wrench, one of the open wrenches that help you with these types of lines, these flare lines. You can make the lines yourself. I think they're like double flare. You just got to make sure you get the right thread size. I just bought them pre-made. That was like $100, and I guess I can't flip the camera while I'm recording. Okay, let's go out to the truck. So I bought them pre-bent, and they were like $100, and yeah, it saved me some time, and I think it's worth buying. Free delivery. It took less than a week. All right. So the LSPV box is back here. Here, let me show you from the front. So you can actually see these lines pretty well since they're changed. They're, those stainless, these two stainless lines. And yeah, this is actually a good time for me to double check, and everything still looks good. I just had to, I remember I had to bend, do a little bit of finagling to get it in. And once you set these threads up into the spot, into their slot. Once they turn, even just a quarter turn or a half turn sometimes, and they'll kind of feel like they're getting stuck. You have to be patient, kind of hold it in place the best you can, and then use that flare nut. And these went on smoothly. I mean, if you feel anything like, hard to thread, you don't want to cross thread. So don't do that. Just make sure it's smooth when you thread it on. Take your time. And yeah, that's it. There's your T and there's your L. And those are the top and bottom lines that run down this frame rail. Let me see how close I can get to this for you guys. Alright, so there we go. Wait, I'm zoomed in too much. There we go. So this line that's coming, see it running all the way up there, all the way up to the front to where we were just looking. So it runs down the frame rail, and there it disappears up here, and the leak was coming from like up here somewhere. So I didn't clip out the old lines. They're kind of just sitting up top. I clipped out the old lines all the way the rest of the way down. So you'll see here. Anyways, there's the brake lines, guys, and I'm just showing you because I think maybe, I don't know, this is a 12 right here, and then your retainers, you just kind of like pop them out, and I clipped mine out. I ran down this. I actually didn't hook them up under there. I just kind of ran them up top. Maybe I'll get something in the future to kind of, I don't know, separate them, or a little piece of rubber. I don't know. Right now it's okay, and it's working great. So, by the way, the way I found the leak was there was actually so much dirt built up and grime that I wasn't able to notice the leak until I took it in and started doing a brake bleed, because I thought, because my pedal was spongy, I thought, hey, maybe I'll try doing a brake bleed and see if that helps the pedal. And it ended up, I finally pushed enough pressure through it as I was bleeding the LSPV valve. I pushed enough through it to finally cause the leak to hit the ground, to drip. The drip of the leak was just getting caught in all the grime. So I never actually saw it drip onto the floor until I went to bleed him. So there's the connection, guys. Sorry that took me a minute to get up under here. I don't have this lifted up or anything. And that's the LSPV valve, and these are the two ends that they connect into. So I just wanted to give you a kind of a reference. Again, they run like down the side of this frame and to the side of the fuel tank. I didn't drop my fuel tank, and I did not lift my pickup. My pickup. I did not lift my bed up, and yeah, I just took my time, and I was able to kind of angle. Like I said, the lines come in a U shape. So as I undid that, I kind of like carefully bent it into its place, starting from the middle. So I kind of went up under the middle of the truck, and then I slid the back end up this way as far as I could, and then I bent the front half of it into place very carefully, and then I kind of straightened it out, even though all these little bends and stuff are come pre-made, and they do a pretty good, it worked pretty well. I just seem to have a little trouble in the front, and again, you just kind of have to do your own little bending a little bit at the end just to get it to fit, and maybe you'll get it and it'll seat perfectly for you. So yeah, that was just my first try doing it, and it took me a couple of hours just to make sure everything was right, and everything's great. I'm not losing a drop now, so that was definitely the issue. So again, guys, I hope this helps. I just wanted to make this video for you. These LSPVs, I think people do deletes on them, but again, mine's not really it's not like leaking, or it's fine. So for now, we're just gonna roll with it. So anyways, yeah, That's it. All right, guys. Good luck. Hit me up if you have any questions about anything, anything at all. All right. Take care. Peace.